Hey, what is up, Internet? Kyle here, Slapshot Toys, doing another 1/6 scale action figure review, and believe it or not, today's figure does not come from Hot Toys. I know, right? I only collect Hot Toys. This because this is not my figure. This is actually my wife's figure, and it is from Star Ace Toys, the film Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the character Newt Scamander. And I'll be very honest with you, I am not a huge Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts fan. I don't mind it. It's just not my cup of tea. But once she ordered this and once it came in, she was messing around with it. I started messing around with it just a little bit to get in some cool poses. And I'm really impressed with this figure. So I really wanted to do a review on it. So let's go ahead and get to the review. To the light box. And here's Newt Scamander out of the packaging, and I gotta be honest with you, I think this thing looks really, really cool. I don't have a ton of experience with Star Ace Toys. This is actually the second one I've ever seen out of box. The first one being my wife's Harry Potter that I bought for her up at the Columbus Toy Show, but I didn't really mess around with that a whole lot. This is the first one I've really messed around with, and I'm actually pretty impressed. I think the figure looks fantastic. I think a lot of the details are spot on. I do have some issues with the articulation, but I'll get to that here in just a bit. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that this figure does come with. First thing I want to take a look at is going to be the standard base that we get with this figure. Now this is a very basic, just kind of plastic black base, but we do get this very nice Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them logo there at the center, so that works very, very nicely with the figure. The figure is a little bit harder to get to stand on his own, so it's very nice that they include this base, and it does have the hip hugging kind of cradle up at the top that's just a little bit out of frame, but it works very nicely to hold the figure up. We are also given two full sets of hands, so we're given these open hands, and we are given these hands that hold the wand and the suitcase, and these things are sculpted very, very nicely. I really like the paint apps, especially there on the back of the hand. You get all the freckle, kind of like the aging effect. I think that looks really good. You get like some veins and stuff all sculpted out. The little sculpt there on the skin, like where it kind of folds over the knuckles, looks really, really good. Get some really nice fingernail design right there. The inside of the palm looks awesome as well. You can get like a little bit of more of like a kind of pinkish flesh tone there, and then all the creases and everything are all sculpted out beautifully. And then the other two hands are for the wand and the suitcase, and these work very well. So you just take this little wand right here and just plug that in, and holds very, very nicely and looks very, very good. Unfortunately, I can't show you with the suitcase because this suitcase is actually broken, which reminds me I need to contact Sideshow Toys to see if I can get a replacement for that. So yeah, but they both fit in these hands very, very nicely. They're designed very well. And since I have it up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the wand. Not a whole lot of detail going on here other than paint detail. There's not a whole lot of sculpting, but it is pretty cool because they actually did like the hollow piece. For Christmas, I bought my wife Newt's wand from the Noble collection, and I thought that was one of the cool things. I didn't realize his wand was completely hollow, and they actually did that detail out here. But some really nice kind of paint work here. Looks very nice and worn. You got some chips and everything, kind of mimicking the wood that's been chipped out of the wand in the film. I think this looks really good. And speaking of the suitcase, we'll go ahead and take a look at this. This thing looks amazing. Just this kind of leathering effect, the detail on it, how it's all nice and scratched up, like it's really been worn, just looks fantastic. Love like all the stitching there across the front. The actual kind of locks, I mean, they don't actually lock, but there is a little bit of resistance there, and that works very, very well. Like I said, unfortunately, as you can see here, this little piece popped out as soon as we took it out of the packaging, so I do got to contact Sideshow Toys about that. But other than that, this just looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, all the detailing here along the sides, everything on the corners, I mean, just looks wonderful. This is sculpted very, very nicely. Then when you actually open it up, there's a lot more detail in here, so you get like the very nice kind of lining. That looks really cool. Then you get this stairwell leading down to where he keeps all the beasts, and I think this is an amazing kind of just little add-on for detail. I mean, they could have made this just empty and hollow and just put the lining in it, but no, they actually took the time and detail to kind of mimic what you see in the film, and I really, really think that's cool. And then another cool feature that they actually give us is they did give us these two little guys. So this is your Demigeist and Niffler, and as you can see, it's only the head and half the body. And what they actually do, and this, I think this is such a cool design. So you can actually put the Niffler in there, close that, and then it looks like Niffler's kind of peeking out. Same with the Demigeist, you put him in there, and it looks like his eyes are peering out. So even if you're not having Newt hold the suitcase, I think this is just such a cool kind of display option to have this suitcase sitting right next to him and have one of the creatures looking out. That is honestly an insanely cool feature. As soon as I saw that, I thought that was something that Star Ace did really, really well. We are also given the full-size Niffler, and this guy sculpted out beautifully. I love all the detail throughout the fur. He's holding a little strand of pearls right there. Just has that like real kind of mischievous look on his face. I really think this is sculpted out beautifully. We are also given the Bowtrunkle, I believe this character's name is. This little guy, he looks so cool. They got quite a bit of paint like on him there with like different shades of green and everything like that. I think he came out really, really cool, and he fits in the pocket of Newt very, very well, but you can also have him in kind of hanging off Newt in different ways, and kind of it's not really sharp, but this does help kind of grab onto Newt's overcoat and things like that. So this is a really cool accessory to have. Then we are also given this Akame egg. Now this thing, honestly, there's not a whole lot to it. It's just a silver spray painted shiny egg. So there's not really any detail or anything like that, but it is a cool accessory to have. And last but not least, we are given the scarf. And once again, this is just basically a little mini scarf. So everything's knitted very, very nicely. Love the colors and the detail that they used. The only thing I maybe wish that they would have done is put a bendy wire or something so you could form it a little bit better. But unfortunately, it's just literally a mini scarf. Tassels down here look really good. And this definitely completes the outfit of Newt. And taking a closer look at Newt himself, I think Star Ace did a fantastic job with capturing the likeness of the actor that plays Newt. Sorry, I don't know his name. But I think the hair looks phenomenal. I love how this is sculpted out, and then the paint apps look amazing with all those kind of tones of like the dark brown, the light brown, the bronze kind of color. I just think that like his hair was such kind of a defining characteristic of the way Newt looked, and I really think they kind of nailed it with this sculpt. I mean, all throughout it just looks wonderful. The other kind of defining feature, I think, is his kind of mouth area, and I think they kind of nailed the little bit of an overbite, just kind of the expression fantastically. The jawline looks really good. I think that's something that you had to nail with a character like Newt, and I definitely feel like they did. Nose looks really good. Eyes look fantastic, and I definitely love the skin tone. They give it that kind of aged effect. You get the freckles and everything throughout. I think it just looks absolutely fantastic. Same with the neck. You get all the freckles and everything. Looks really, really good. Coming down here to the actual suit. First, take a look at this overcoat. I do believe this is removable. I think all you basically have to do is just put the arms back. It doesn't say in the instructions. And like I said at the beginning, this is my wife's figure, not mine. So I'm not going to take it off just in case this looks really nice the way everything is lined up. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. But I'm pretty sure that this top coat is removable. And this is a very, very, very nice suede. You get this nice kind of fabric here lining. I mean, this is just a wonderfully tailored suit. And that's one of the things that I think I like the most about this figure is just how kind of high quality in the materials it really does feel. So you get the pocket here, you get two pockets, one on each side, and they both actually function to put Bowtrunkle in, and it works very, very well. But these are all stitched out very, very nicely. You get the buttons all stitched on right here. That looks really good. There's your other pocket. And on the back, you get the little adjustment belt back here. Other than that, not a whole lot going on with the overcoat. Like I said, it's just really nice. I like the teal that they used and this really nice suede material. And then coming down here, you basically just get a real little miniature suit. I mean, this is high quality fabric. It feels just like some of the suits that I own. Everything's tailored on the inside. Just looks fantastic. It's like nice kind of like brown tweed kind of design to it, and it just looks so freaking cool. You get all the pockets now. There are no actual real pockets in there. That's just the top part stitched out. So these pockets do not actually function, so you can't put Bowtrunkle on anything there. Same with the vest. None of these pockets actually function, but you can actually kind of repose the vest. There is Velcro right there, so you can open that up and repose it as you need to be. Kind of sorry to jump around, but going back, the only thing I kind of wish that they would have done is put bendy wire inside the coats, just so you could kind of get a little bit more of a sense of motion if you were doing that type of display option. But these things are tailored fantastically. And you get the nice little bow tie right there with the nice white undershirt. And coming down to the pants, not a whole lot, same material of the suit as up top for the coats. And yeah, just some nice suit pants. And then coming down to the actual shoes, these look fantastic as well. You get all the detailing out there. You get some really nice kind of in the crease lines. You get some nice kind of black wash that looks really, really good. I do kind of wish maybe they would have done a little bit more detail and maybe put the shoelaces as black or make them a little bit more pronounced. That looks a little bit cheap in my opinion, but not too bad. You get all the stitch work there along the boots, and then you get some tread and the Star Ace and Made in Bangladesh at the bottom. And taking a closer look at the articulation on this figure, the head actually does rotate side to side. You can look up actually a very good amount, and then you can look down a very good amount as well. And then there is actual neck and head pivot there, so that works very, very nicely. As far as the arms, they do go about 90 degrees out to his body, and just because he has so many layers, it does kind of bunch up a little bit weird. But he does have a bicep rotation up here at the bicep. He is double jointed at the elbow, so you get fairly good range of motion there. The wrists do rotate, and they do hinge up and down. Now, as far as the actual abdomen, he does rotate here at the waist. There is an ab crunch, so he goes forward a decent amount, and he actually goes back a very good amount. And there is diaphragm pivot, and actually a fairly good amount of it. Now, as far as the legs, he can do about that far as the splits before you start getting some pull there in the suit pants. There is a cut up here at the top of the thigh. He is double jointed here at the knees, so that works really, really well. And the only thing that really sucks about this figure is the feet articulation. There is hardly anything, so basically it rotates. That's all you get. It goes really up and down that much, hardly any, and there's absolutely no ankle pivot. So without the stand, he is a little bit hard to get to stand, only because there's basically no articulation at all in the feet, unfortunately. So that is going to do it for my review of the Star Ace Toys Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 1/6 scale Newt Scamander figure. Like I said throughout this review, I think Star Ace Toys did a phenomenal job really capturing the look and feel of Newt Scamander from the film. And if you're looking for a definite high-end Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, that whole kind of J.K. Rowling world, if you're looking for high-end collectibles, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you check out the Star Ace Toy 1/6 scale line. This figure, especially if you're a Fantastic Beast figure, this figure, honestly, I'm not a big Harry Potter Fantastic Beast guy, but this figure really does impress me, and I'm super happy we were able to get it for my wife because I think she's really going to love having it in her collection. So if you are looking for more 1/6 scale figures from that universe, this is definitely a figure you want to check out. So once again, that is going to do it for me this evening. Thank you guys so much for checking out these videos. It really does mean a lot to me you guys are watching them. Remember to go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and that is going to do it for me this evening. Once again, thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.